The largest crypto bull run in history is just getting started, and most people are either sitting on the sidelines or blissfully unaware that they're about to miss out on the greatest crypto money-making opportunity of their lives. This remains true for altcoins, bitcoins, and yes, XRP. This bull market cycle, I thoroughly expect XRP to do exceedingly well now that Trump will be firing Gensler and we have the most pro-crypto Congress in history. I guess tossing money into Washington really works, as these crypto PACs won 48 out of their 48 races they wanted to win, with about $135 million in campaign funds invested. On top of that, I'll be sharing with you key metrics that not only prove we're just getting started, hence why you should act with some urgency, but how this bull market will be a mega cycle that could easily pump crypto markets to at least a $10 trillion plus market cap. I'll also really be drilling into the charts in this video to help you understand what comes next and how to help you to prepare. And one last thing before we begin this video, as a quick disclaimer, nothing I share in this video is intended to be financial advice. This is for educational and informational purposes only, and everything that I share is just my opinion. That said, let's get into the video. If you're feeling blessed and bullish, comment 777, and if you're going to be the wealthiest person in your family tree, smash the subscribe button. Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul. I am actually extremely excited. It's been since March of this year, 2024, that things really started to cool off in the crypto markets. In other words, we had a really early summer lull that started in March. So in other words, it actually started in the springtime, when typically we expect it to start in May or June. And this is a period of time where markets are really boring. They usually tend to trade sideways. Maybe you get one or two major capitulation or sell events. And all investors can do is sit on the sidelines and either be patient or accumulate. And here is a video of Raoul Pal talking about this period of time back in August of 2024 and how we should approach the markets and think about this time.
So where are we in markets right now? We're just in the boring zone. Boring zone is that post-halving transition from crypto spring to crypto summer where everything just chops around for a bit. Those of you who are over trading, which is most of you fuckers, get chopped around. Oh, this is the worst thing ever. The market's gone down and then it's gone back up and I want to chase this and I want to chase that and oh my God.
Stop it. Get some help.
I keep trying to explain the don't fuck this up thesis is to not do that. It's just to own your major tokens. You've got some stuff in speculative stuff. Just stop trading. Because over time, because of the adoption effects of the technology, you'll do well. So the boring zone finishes at some point, and then we transition to the banana zone, which is the full crypto summer and crypto fall. And I would like you guys in the comments section to tell me, when do you think the banana zone starts? I kind of think we actually started. So I would say it really starts becoming obvious in the next couple of weeks.
However, that didn't actually happen. It didn't happen in August. It didn't happen in September. It didn't happen in October. However, you can see that we were going to touch these previous all-time highs over here for a nice cup and then a tiny little handle over here for a period of 90 days. From the time he shared that, we are officially experiencing what he calls the banana zone, where things really start to pop off and go parabolic. Now, this could be for a number of factors. It could be the fact that we have now a lot of institutional adoption and support. For example, you have Bernstein, which has about $800 billion in assets under management, just put out Monday morning, so today, that crypto bull market is here and that you should buy everything you can and try not to fight this. In other words, add to your crypto exposure. Or it could be the fact that the iShares Bitcoin Trust, directly from BlackRock, officially owns 449,000 Bitcoins in this trust, which is a spot ETF. In other words, they have to buy Bitcoin and hold it in some sort of a reserve or with a custodian like Coinbase in order to sell access to this ETF. And I believe all of this was sparked by the fact that Trump won the election, as markets were really bullish on his policies. That said, global stocks soared as Trump won the US election. And it wasn't just the stock markets of the world, it was also crypto. And this is because Trump also said he would fire the least popular SEC chairman in history, Gary Gary Gensler, who is truly enemy number one of crypto and especially Ripple and XRP, as now they are saying that he's likely going to resign after the Trump win. Or heck, maybe it's even the fact that now they are going to start to add a US strategic Bitcoin reserve, which would target 5% of the total Bitcoin supply, which is 4 times the current amount that they currently have. And this is a bill they're aiming to pass very soon. This is tremendous because we actually have a red sweep in virtually all of Congress, and now you have the presidency as well. So anything that they want to pass at this point is likely going to happen, which means it's extremely likely that we're going to get a Bitcoin reserve. And as the government begins to buy more Bitcoin, other countries are going to FOMO into the market. This is going to prop the price of Bitcoin and pump it up. And what's going to happen is a lot of that money, as Bitcoin continues to rally, is then going to get rotated and flow into other altcoins. And that's how the market cycle goes. Typically, altcoins like XRP or even any other altcoin will pump shortly thereafter Bitcoin, sometimes at the same time, but usually within a month after. Now, here's one take from a huge Bitcoin hater and a guy who really just sells gold. And so a lot of people have these assumptions that maybe he's just hating on Bitcoin because it gets him a lot of traction and attention to sell access to his own gold funds. But that said, he said this: if the US government actually established a Bitcoin reserve and bought 1 million Bitcoin, it might end up buying millions more, since the US government's purchase of 1 million Bitcoin would drive the price so high. This would mean Bitcoin prices would keep rising and the US government would have to print even more dollars to buy more Bitcoin. Ultimately, so many dollars would be printed to buy Bitcoin. Now, he's saying this leads to crashes and hyperinflation and rendering the dollar completely useless. However, this is already kind of the case. As you can see throughout history, the dollar has consistently declined versus Bitcoin and is virtually worthless relative to Bitcoin. Why? Because we've already experienced the debasing and the devaluing of the dollar through inflation. And when you look at it versus something like Bitcoin, you could argue it's hyperinflation. It's worthless compared to Bitcoin. So yes, it'd be wise for Bitcoin to be on government reserves. And it would arguably be wise to be in crypto if the government's going to do this. And so what we're witnessing right now is truly exciting. As you can see here, post-halving, we had about a 44-day period in 2012. We had a 152-day period in 2016. We had a 140-day period in 2020. And again, we've had 158 days since the post-halving where we started to break to new all-time highs. And every single time, as you can see, in 2012, 2016, 2020, and 2024, like clockwork, we are likely going to experience what you call the banana zone, something that Raoul Pal says happens after the post-halving and when a lot of demand enters the space, and usually in that fall time period after an election, and then the markets rally extremely hard, making it look like a banana because it goes parabolic. The one time we didn't have as strong of a rally was 2020. Many people believe maybe because that's diminishing returns. However, I think this time we're going to hit at least a $10 trillion market cap. Now, really quickly, if you have been enjoying this video and learning something, be sure to smash the subscribe button. It really helps the channel out. Like the video. And then once you get the chance, go down to bullrunners.com. You can find the link in the description below. It's going to take you to this page for Altcoin Pro University, where we're going to teach you how to become a crypto millionaire this next year in 2025. Now, the reality is we can't guarantee you're going to become a millionaire. Anything and everything can happen in markets, right? They are risky. However, we're going to give you all of the tools, all of the resources, everything we know. We're going to give you special altcoin picks. We're going to allow you to join our crypto mastermind in Altcoin University. We're going to allow you to jump on board on live calls and ask us questions about the problems that you're currently facing so we can help you to solve them. We're going to help you to learn how to do technical analysis from professionals, and then ultimately find all of the best opportunities in all of crypto from many experts industry-wide. So go ahead and go to bullrunners.com to learn how to find out more about that. And I look forward to seeing you on the other side, my friend. Let's get back into the video. Now, here we have the Bitcoin chart. And as you can see here, it rallied really hard over the last 6-7 days for about 20%. And when you see a rally this strong for a breakout to new all-time highs, as of today, we hit $89,000. You may feel like you might be left behind, like maybe you shouldn't invest, maybe you should wait for a pullback. But my friend, I think this is just the beginning. And so while Bitcoin has rallied to new all-time highs, and XRP also put in a 25% gain during that same time frame, it has failed to break above its range highs here at 64 cents. And it's definitely nowhere close that $3.31 all-time high that it printed back in 2017. Yes, 2021 was not a great year for XRP, but that's because it was in the middle of a major lawsuit with the SEC. So many institutional investors just avoided it. Then it got delisted on many exchanges. You had all sorts of issues. It wasn't until 2023 that they had some sort of clarity at a governmental level. Needless to say, I don't think you are behind. I think right now is a great time to start entering the market. And so right here, I have the total crypto market cap. This is all of the money in crypto currently. Right now, we're sitting at about a $2.9 trillion market cap. Our all-time high from the previous bull market was about $3 trillion. We're very close to that range right now. However, I expect us to get to at least $10 trillion by this bull market. And this is based on the law of diminishing returns. As you can see here from the local lows back in December of 2018 in the crypto market, we were at about $92 billion. Then we pumped all the way to $3 trillion for a 3,000% gain. In the first major bull run, okay, at our lows, we were sitting at about $3 billion, and it pumped all the way up to $740 billion for a 25,000% gain. So it's not unreasonable to believe that we could do at least a 1,500% gain for about half of the major move right here. And a 1,500% gain would put us well into that $11 trillion market cap. So I'm being very conservative here. And I think with all of the institutional support and adoption, a 1,200% gain is very realistic to get us to about that $10 trillion market cap. And if the crypto market hit $10 trillion, a lot of altcoins are going to explode, because once Bitcoin tops off, let's say hits $250,000 this bull market cycle, then it's likely a lot of that's going to flow into altcoins with far smaller market caps. In other words, it doesn't take that much money to make an altcoin pump 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 20,000% in some cases if they're really small market cap altcoins. And so here I have a chart that is the perfect example of that. These little orange circles indicate a point in time where the altcoin market pivots. So right here at this local low, this is where Bitcoin really was rallying strong versus altcoins. And when you see the market goes like this and up to the right, altcoins are rallying and pumping strong, whereas more money is flowing into those and less into Bitcoin. In similar fashion, back here in December and November of 2016, before the election, you can see Bitcoin was really strong, rallying and outperforming the market. Then the market of altcoins rallied for some new highs. Well, in similar fashion, 2020. Well, who says that can't happen right now as we're hitting these lows? And sometime in December, January, we bottom off in terms of all the money that's going to flow into Bitcoin. And yes, Bitcoin can continue to rally. It's just a lot of altcoins are going to rally a lot harder. And we're going to see some higher highs in terms of the altcoin market, very similar back to 2020 and 2016. So now let's look at the price action on XRP. As you can see here, we had our all-time high back in December of 2017. Then we had our 2021 bull market high sometime in April, which was in at about $2. Okay, from that point in time, we've painted this long, we're talking a seriously long range for a little over 6.5 years of a pennant or a triangle. Since that point in time, price action has been tightening. And again, this is a weekly time frame. So each one of these candles represents a single week of time. Okay. So yes, the price action has been tightening. Interest has declined. Volume has declined. As you can see here, over and over and over again, volume is getting extremely weak. But into a bull market move, you'll see volume start to explode and put in higher highs. You'll start to see these volume bars really double, triple, quadruple the size of the previous bar. Even if you get bigger sell bars, at the end of the day, you're going to continue to get these bigger buy bars as well. And so we were hitting this third standard of deviation range, which is really just a range that says there's like a 4% chance on average based on all of the history that it hits this range. And as that moment happens, then volume begins to decline as interest declines. Why? Because less people are investing. So why would money flow into it? So really what we're looking for is an explosion in volume where we're going to be above average on a weekly time frame, and then it's going to consistently grow. We haven't seen that yet, which means one thing. Bitcoin continues to lead the market, and then a lot of that money is going to flow into these other altcoins. So what we want to really see is a break above this range right here at about 74 cents. As you can see here, this would be our next major resistance range where we consistently saw resistance, 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 where a long, strong wick was sold off into the downside. From that perspective, we also have a lot of support right here at the 47 cents to 50 cent range. Again, a lot of strong long wicks with a bear trap. But generally speaking, we've held this very long, strong pennant. And now, again, the longer the range, the stronger the breakout. I've probably used those words a lot recently. But the reality is a break above 67 to 74 cents is likely going to take us to new all-time highs, considering this is one of the strongest, longest ranges I've ever seen in all of crypto. And a break above here, yes, $3.30 I think is on the table in cards this time, especially if the entire crypto market hits a $10 trillion market cap. XRP is likely going to be one of the next cryptos, especially as we get all this institutional adoption, especially as the market continues to rally, especially the fact that we're currently not even in the banana zone yet, where a lot of institutional investors are going to want to access XRP in a regulated manner. And now we have the Pro Crypto Congress to do it. And now Gary Gensler is going to be out of the way. I think XRP and Solana are going to be the next ones to get a spot ETF. And that institutional adoption and just that excitement and all of those money flows are going to take XRP back up to that all-time high and a new all-time high. That's going to be a pretty serious gain for a lot of folks on this channel. And this is where I get really excited when I look at a chart like this. This is Google Trends. As you can see, every single time at the Pico top of the bull run right here back, and I can't even get it. There we are, December of 2017, the Coinbase app ranked at 100. This basically means that it was most searched within that time frame, and that was actually very close to the top. In similar fashion, you can see right back here, and again, I can't get it all the way there, but basically May of 2021 or just before then, April of 2021, we were again at a Pico top. This was around the same time that all these other cryptos were hitting all-time highs. Well, look where we're at right now. We're currently in November of 2024, and we're only at a 23 ranking. I thoroughly expect us to get back up to that 100 range or close to it by the end of this bull run. So yes, the bull run is just starting, and yes, you're going to want to start to deploy some capital. Now, that is not financial advice. That's just what I would say to anyone that's asking me what I'm going to be personally doing this bull market. And right now is the best time for me to deploy all of my capital into all the altcoins and into XRP that I possibly can, because I believe we're in for some higher highs and an insane bull run to end all bull runs. So one last time, if you haven't already, go to bullrunners.com to get access to Altcoin Pro University, where we teach you everything we possibly know. We give you altcoin picks. We give you access to our crypto education inner circle. You get to be on live calls with experts from every single space in the entire crypto industry, from like DeFi to yield farming to day trading, and on the list goes. This is probably the best way to fast track your way to become a crypto millionaire by 2025. So if you don't want to miss out on that offer, go down to bullrunners.com. I look forward to seeing you on the other side, my friend. Thanks so much for watching the video. I'll see you next time.